Now we're talking about installation. What are some of those hidden costs that can affect the installation of a crane system? You know, factors that you may not have considered, or
access probably is the biggest factor. So, and that's from the fact of pulling into their facility all the way to getting out. So a lot of times you got to remember these cranes are long depending upon the span. So from turning radiuses and into that facility, how are you going to get into the facility as far as into the building itself, maneuver it inside there and get it erected. Headroom. You've got enough room for the crane to sit on the rails and still have the OSHA 3 inches of clearance. But can you actually pick it? Do you have enough headroom to pick the crane and be able to set it from inside, or should you have left a panel off the building and they didn't leave a panel off the building? That comes in. That's a lot. That has a lot to do with the planning stages. So you have to communicate throughout that whole process of the project and make sure that everyone's on the same page, everyone's seen the dimensions, you've kind of walked through the installation prior to it ever happening, and then, that you didn't miss any details going in. So
is that on the installer or the project manager to do that walkthrough with their plant facility representative? This is where the crane's going to get through. Now we have to put it up. How are we going to raise it? I mean, where does that happen?
It actually should start with the salesman.
Okay.
Because again, we want him, our goal is for him to picture how he's going to get this equipment into the building. For instance, we did a job up south of Ocala, 93-foot span crane, big huge door, back the truck in. The one thing that somebody didn't think about was how are you going to turn a 93-foot span crane into a fenced-in yard?
Yeah.
Okay, so salesman did a great job. Took the guy out there. He had 100-foot tape, and they actually walked like they had a 100-foot beam, and figured it out that they'd have to take out a panel of the fence in order to get it in. I mean, to me, that was just phenomenal.
Absolutely,
that somebody thought that was thinking that ahead. But that's when it had to start. So the customer didn't get a surprise that he's going to have to spend $800 to have this piece of fence taken down and then have it put back in. It was already taken care of. So that's why I said you want your salesman right from the very beginning to think, how am I going to get this in there?
Right.
Yeah. So you want to try to address all the potential hidden costs up front. And you really can't do that without visiting the site,
right?
Kind of walking through what they have there, is anything that change between now and the time we're going to install this crane? This is a nice open area. Are you bringing stuff in? So without that, if you really you don't have the whole picture. And like Matt said, how do you quote the installation? So it's all about quoting too. So they want to know the real price. Of course, you tell them it's going to cost X amount to install it.
Yeah.
Without knowing all the information, then at the end you've got a dissatisfied customer when you say, well, it's going to be double. So you really want to find all this information out up front and be very transparent with the customer, just of how things need to go and how you foresee that happening.
Thank you for watching today's video. If you liked it, show us by hitting that thumbs up button right below this video player. And if you haven't already, there's a button that'll let you subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way, you don't miss out on any future content that we make. And if you want to keep watching, there's a video player right above that that'll let you keep watching. Thanks.